Welcome, all my aliens, apes, and zombies. It's Crypto Novo 311. And man, do we have an episode for you tonight. We got some live action. We're going to have Video Game Freak on with us in a little bit. We have EthDoh, the crypto OG zombie from, back in the day, 2017. And then we have Go Patio from Michigan here. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but what I want to do is I want to dive right in to some Meebits and some of my favorite NFTs. That's right, the CryptoPunks. So as we're looking up right here, we have our Bitcoin prices right around, well, I think we have to update this page right here, right around 35K. And as you see right there, down just a little bit, our Ethereum prices at about $400, just right around where it was 12 hours ago. Recently on Larva Labs Meebit update, they did awesome job with their website. These are the Meebits I was lucky to own and I was lucky to pull in after the 8 of my CryptoPunks got converted over to these Meebits right here. I was able to get 2 pigs, as you can see it. Lucky enough to get one of those robots, a trucker hat, even a Space Invader shirt, even have one that looks like Luke Skywalker from the Dagobah system. We're going to talk about this Meebit right here for a second or two. Meebit 6293. It's a pig with a hat, backwards hat, as you see there. The Elvis sunglasses. I thought the Elvis sunglasses were going to be one of the more rare attribute classes. Really isn't. Actually, I think the white ones were a little bit rare, but rest alone, I mean, these pigs, they are rare in itself. And first couple of days, I had some hot action with bids. I'm glad I said no to all the bids that people wanted on them. Kind of want to see what would happen with the evolution of the space. My particular pig, as you can see, the shirt that it has is a snout t-shirt on a pig, which is really rare. It's a magenta in itself. There's only 17 of them. So within the rarity class, man, I got a rare pig with a rare pig snout shirt with the rare color all on top of it. And I also like the shades that comes with it, with the Elvis look. Another rarity class right here. Not so much on the particular status of it being a human, but its shirt, the Invaders shirt. I call it a Space Invader shirt, but it's just an Invader shirt. Out of the 20,000 shirts that these Meebits come with, I think there's actually 1 or 2 less because I think the dissected don't count as shirts. I could be wrong. They have Invader shirts, but this one is an all black Invader shirt on my particular crypto or Meebit. I thought it was cool. When I first opened this up, I thought this was the alien. I thought this was going to be one of the rarer ones. I didn't know what was happening, but when I opened it up, I was ecstatic. So totally thankful for the Meebits from Larva Labs just for being a CryptoPunk owner. Imagine if you're an OG, like we have one in our waiting room in the green room that got a whole bunch of these. I think about 13. We're going to go on to the CryptoPunks right here, whereas I like to update the page. Updated 30 seconds ago. Nothing for sold. As we can see, the floor CryptoPunk is at 15 Ethereum. Oh, we have a whole bunch. Supply and demand right there. We're up to 1,641 CryptoPunks that are for sale. We're just right around that 1,600 mark prior. As we're going to see here, the floor is going to fall on this one when I update the page. It's at 15.3. It's going to be going down to 15. Oh, it's a little something to maybe be cautious about. We have some prime females coming on the marketplace down at a lower price, lower than where the floor was, as you saw a couple minutes ago. We're going to look at all the punks for sale. Saw the double beanies right there on the top shelf. Ooh, this is a good looking one right here. Matter of fact, I might know whose that is from too. Let's see what it sold from. Cowboy hat, big beard, and recently just sold an albino with some purple hair. I was looking at the double beanie sale. If you look at it, what just sold 6 hours ago, all right, So we had a beanie sell 6 hours ago, same price all the way through. But look at the huge jump until the next beanie that sells. I mean, that is doubling your money from over $250,000 to over $500,000 if you just had the liquidity to sell that. I mean, granted, nothing sells for sure, but I mean, that's the things that people look at in these markets. And look, of course, who sold it. All right, one of the CryptoPunk mainstays in the whole NFT area. Now, talking about CryptoPunks and knowing what you're doing, well, this is my particular CryptoPunk right here, number 7325. As you can see, my purchase date was April 9th of this year at 22 Ethereum, which is the most expensive I've ever paid on it. And if you're looking at the attribute classes for the straight hair, I wish I was buying it today because I can get one that's a lot less. You know, we're talking 5, almost 8 Ethereum less on my particular CryptoPunks if I bought that one, you know, at a later date, excuse me, now. So if I stayed more liquid, but that was the most expensive one that I had out of my 8. Enough about me. I'm going to bring in a friend here. I hope he's still awake because I've been talking too long here and I want to get some more people involved in this. We're going to bring in good friend from the show, Video Game Freak. Hey, Video Game Freak, what's going on? I just gave the CryptoPunk rundown for today with the CryptoPunks and the MeBits. Anything new going on with you and the space since I've last talked to you?
Yeah, I've kind of been keeping my eye on the floor lately. I think that it's been interesting to see the floor price of those CryptoPunks kind of dipping just a tad, but even in comparison to Ethereum, you know, like it's not like they dropped 30-40% off. So it's just kind of been a curious case to watch in comparison to the Ethereum value.
Now we were talking earlier. We were talking earlier. You think any of this maybe has to do with the Bored Apes hype? I mean, that thing took off this week, and so they've actually outsold Larva Labs and also Top Shots.
Shout out the Bored Apes, but yeah. So I think that's sort of a different ball game. The Bored Apes are at a much more reasonable price point and are much more approachable. And considering a couple of the fairly large Bored Ape whales decided to start allowing some others into the space and to expand the number of Bored Apes out there, they sort of liquidated quite a few Bored Apes, and there's quite a few people that have been able to pick up on that. So I don't see, you know, a 0.5 ETH Bored Ape, you know, in comparison to like even a 15 ETH CryptoPunk, but Bored Apes are definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Because I would see if you're trying to maybe look for shorter term financial investment. There again, none of this is ever financial advice, but you'd probably be better off maybe doubling up on something that's more affordable compared to maybe that's something that's more expensive, especially the risk to reward. I mean, as I just presented, you guys saw that even on my very own CryptoPunk here, I mean, I didn't play the market very well. I could have probably picked up this one for a lot less if I was just a little bit more patient. But in April, I was thinking of Christie's. I was thinking of all the hype of this alien. I was thinking moon. Ethereum was up going crazy. And now I'm sitting here, you know, scratching my head a little bit. But there again, I'm in it for the long haul. But I'm scratching my head a little bit. Was I a little bit, should I have been a little bit more patient?
I mean, time value of money, right? Especially, you know, having to get to know you and talk with you a little bit. I know you're not looking for that quick flip. So, you know, in my eyes, that's still a great investment. When you look at how early we are in the space and the limit of how many CryptoPunks are realistically out there, there's still going to be millions of people that don't even yet know what CryptoPunks are that will eventually be, you know, eyeing how they can get their hands on one. I know I can't yet afford one, but it's in my long-term plan for sure.
And that's what I am trying to help is I'm trying to help get the word out to as many people as possible. Because you're saying there's tons and tons of people that have no clue about the technology of the NFTs. And I felt that the NBA Top Shots started bringing in a little bit more of the mainstream, at least media, into the cusp of what this can bring into collectors, what it can bring into investors, and what it can just bring into general media, and the way that things have been going with how fast technology has been moving based around computers.
Well, and when you mentioned, Top Shot, I look at those as a lot of the same people that are collecting these CryptoPunks, because in my eyes, CryptoPunks are the NFT rookie cards. Not only do you have the utility and the social capital around getting to use it as your profile picture, but as a collectible, it really is a historic piece in the NFT story. And I think as we see this sort of pivot more and more into the crypto space, they're gonna hold long term.
This is a perfect segue into a historic piece into the crypto story, and particularly the CryptoPunk story. Now we have, there's a couple zombies out there, but we have live zombie right here, EthDoh zombie. I'm going to bring this zombie in right now. And how are we doing today? I love the filter. Look at that filter. That thing's looking sweet.
Yes.
All zombified.
Yes. Thanks a lot for making that. So good. This is awesome. Just got it set up. Just got it working. This is super exciting.
This is awesome. We were working on this right before this was going on. I didn't know if we were able to get this. We got the developers up and running. We got that earring shining right there. We got the bloodshot zombie eyes right there. Oh, CryptoPunk 4559. Oh, do you tell us a little bit about yourself? I mean, a CryptoPunk OG. I feel like I'm in the presence of holiness right here.
Okay, thanks. I feel I'm probably lucky in the sense that I think I've been watching Novo. I've been watching your show for a while, and there are a lot of knowledgeable guests on your show. I would consider myself, I guess, not nowhere as knowledgeable as some of your guests. So a little bit about myself. I am a developer by trade, so that's what I do. So I got into crypto around in 2017. So I because I am programmer, I took a special interest in Ethereum in particular because it is programmable, and it is, I guess, what we call Turing complete. So you can, in theory, write any program onto the Ethereum blockchain. So that was a really cool and revolutionary idea for us. So I got into Ethereum. I think the way I got into CryptoPunks is one day I was just browsing the web randomly, and I saw a article on Wired magazine talking about claiming some CryptoPunks. And the way they explain it is that it's back then there wasn't even this term called
I'm shaking my head too. You read this article, man, this thing changed your life, but you didn't even, did it probably even change your life up until this last couple of years? I saw Video Game Freak shaking his head. I'm shaking my AR filter head, man. You are so well. It's like for you for doing your research.
Yeah, I mean, it's right place, right time, but it's all on you for actually following through, right? Like just the intro to that story of like, yeah, so I was just casually browsing the web and I came across this like, yeah, claim your CryptoPunk for free story. Like, what?
Yeah. So, well, long story short, I basically I remember I think it was during the day I started claiming some, and if I look at my serial number, I think there are 2 sets of more or less consecutive serial number. I don't remember exactly what I did, but I do remember I did it twice. Like I claimed a few, and then I thought for some reason like I just feel like this. I just feel like I need to go back and claim it again. So I think that is, man, that was like an incredibly lucky event, I have to say, like on hindsight. So I guess so I just let the wallet sleep for about 3 years. I didn't really touch the wallet. And I think I came back and visit Lava West's website a few times. And back then, it was mostly crypto winter. And I saw some bits on my accounts selling for some low amount of ETH. So I didn't really care too much about it. I guess until recently when I saw news about CryptoPunks again. I don't remember where I saw it again. I'm like, wait, that looks familiar. So I went back and checked my wallet, and then, okay, fortunately, it was not hacked. It was like, it's still there. So I guess, yeah, that's I guess my story, like my kind of first experience with the NFTs. Back then, the term NFT didn't exist. I don't remember how wired.
I remember when you first opened your wallet, and like this, I remember on Discord, they're like, a zombie awakes. Like everyone was like going nuts. Like we didn't, like, nobody knew. And then all of a sudden it was almost like sharks on blood, where everyone started like bidding on your account. It was just like, oh yeah. And they're total lowball bids too, that none of them that you didn't, you had diamond hands. I mean, look at the few ones that you did sell here. Trying to pull up the proper page. The few ones that you did sell here, I mean, you had diamond hands throughout the process. And you didn't sell them for the dirt cheap. You weren't the Nate and sell your zombie for dirt cheap, or didn't pick up the zombie, I should say. Snowfall sold the zombies.
Yeah, so it was once I saw that, to be honest, it was a quite stressful decision. So if you have a few, I think I had 36. Now I have down to 13 right now. But then it was an incredibly, I guess, stressful decision, like when to sell. But I just kind of decided, okay, I had no clue about what a floor punk is. Well, I was learning along the way. Definitely made some mistakes. I think there was a bit on my zombie because I was trying to sell one punk at a very low price, and then I guess a few, how should I say?
Yeah, there was a bid only by Pranksy at 200 Ethereum for $300,000.
Yeah, I think the way that happened is I was selling. I think I made a mistake or something. I was selling one punk for very cheap. Like it shouldn't be at that price. I definitely made a lot of mistakes, and then I think people smell blood. I guess that's
what happens. That's definitely what happens on the Discord.
Yeah, and wow, I mean, good for them. Like they're making the market, right? So everyone, including Pranksy, I think he just went through my account and started having like this low bids. But fortunately enough, I started realizing my mistake, and I decided long ago that. I guess
right here. This was it. This hoodie right here. This hoodie mask right here that Dizzy just bought. He bought from you on March 5th for $85,000, and it just sold, I think, a week ago. All right, for $120,000. But you know what?
Yes.
It's for less. But it was for less Ethereum. So in hindsight, you technically made more off of it, because Ethereum wise, and that's how I view things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's that one. Even though I sold at 56, I was selling mainly based on like pure trades, because I had no idea like hoodies and COVID masks were more popular. Trades back then. I was just doing very.
If you would have called me up, I would have been right there for you.
I would never sell that. I've never once I sold that to DZ, man, I started regretting right away. Just feel this kind of almost like stomach pain, pain in my stomach. So I lied on bed for like 20 minutes. I'm like, man, I really shouldn't have sold that. I really shouldn't have sold that. But I think lucky for him. Good for DZ, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, so I'm curious. Was your zombie one of the original CryptoPunks that you claimed?
Yes. I think if you look at the history, I got a lot of bits, and I still haven't sold.
Dang.
So
I'm curious.
The bottom.
So a lot of those bids came through in like January, February, March of this year. Mm-hmm. At any point when you checked, you mentioned that you had checked your wallet a couple of times like throughout the years. Was there any time that you saw that like these things that I got for free, I've got some cool offers on? I'm sure at the time it even like, was okay money. Did you even consider any of those offers at the time, or were you just kind of sitting on them like, hey, we'll see where this goes?
I guess I didn't really bother. One because like the bids were low because it was the crypto winter, so Ethereum value wasn't that high to begin with. And then the other thing is I kind of buried my wallet key and to a very inaccessible place, I'll say. So it's actually a hassle for me to kind of retrieve my wallet key and revive everything. So I just let it sit for a while. I guess people hindsight setting some barrier to yourself, because it's just not like whenever I think I saw those bits, I'm like, okay, I probably can get this amount of dollar. If I go through the trouble every time, I'm like, okay, nah, I'm lazy. It's not worth the time. So I think that saved me for some reason. So I think the joke that I think I heard, like, if the best way to invest in crypto is you buy something and hit yourself on the wall and go into a coma and wake up for 3 years. I think that's just so true.
And so like with that, like a lot of people probably thought that your wallet was just a dead wallet, like that it hadn't been active in 3 years since they were claimed. Most people, until you showed up in the Discord, probably thought those were gone forever.
Yeah, probably. I wasn't even in the Discord. I joined Discord later, so I had no idea what's going on in the Pumpkins community back then.
What we're talking about here is on the Larva Labs page. You can actually click on, let me get to the right screen here, the top punk owners. So you click on it, and what we do is we look through here, and there'd be ones that, like this one right here, 3 years ago, never been touched. Yeah. So we consider this as a dead wallet because there's 141 punks in it. The owner hasn't opened up the wallet, so these punks have never been traded or sold or bought. So someone either lost the keys, forgot the keys. And what happened is when he opened his wallet, is when a wallet opens up, all the people on Discord just flock to it. Like, oh, what does he have? What do they got? And they saw the zombie was in there. And then you also
really?
And then you also had the pilot glasses as well. The aviator goggles, I think, or the welding glasses. I'm sorry, right here.
Yeah.
So the welding glasses. So then, as you can see right here, everyone saw it was an open wallet. And then on March 1st, look, you're getting a bid for, 80 Ethereum, $120,000 on some of your CryptoPunks.
I don't quite remember the exact event, but I do remember I probably did take a couple of those offers before I realizing what's going on. Probably that's the case. I don't quite remember exactly. Oh, you want to know one of my stupid? I think the one mistake I regret the most was I used to have a female with VR goggle. It's not listed here because what I did was I thought that was a floor punk. So what I did is I wrapped it and I put into an NFTX pool. And she was gone forever.
Wow.
Well, no, you still can get it back, right?
I think back then the protocol was you could probably get back. Oh, I tried to like redeem one back, but I got a different one.
Yeah, you got a lesser one back, right?
Yeah. I had no idea because I was just purely looking at number counts. I'm like, okay, VR is not a very rare trait. I had no idea like some of the traits are considered, having a premium. I had no idea. I had not that kind of notion back then.
I mean, I don't think anybody could blame you in that regard, though, right? Like, if you haven't checked this wallet for literally years, and then you open it up and you see like people making $50,000-$60,000 bids on this thing that you essentially got for free, I don't think anyone would really blame you for taking a few of those offers. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. So my plan, I guess, for the zombie is, this is definitely a long-term hold for me. I don't think I'm gonna sell any of the remaining punks anytime soon because I discussed with my family and thought through myself. So probably not even this cycle. Probably just gonna hold them for as long as I could.
Hodl. That's the best advice from a crypto OG right now. I mean, you have a zombie. I myself, seeing what is happening in this area, I wouldn't be touching anything on this. I want to bring in another friend, another guest, someone who's doing some awesome work within the space, and it is something that I'm totally interested in. Hopefully I'll be able to work with them. But EthDoh Patio for my friend out in Ann Arbor, all right across Lake Michigan. I'm from Chicago. He's over in Ann Arbor. How are we doing this evening?
Doing awesome. Little. I know we're an hour earlier here, but it's not that late for me. I'm a night owl anyway, so I'm happy to be with you guys tonight.
Excellent. So, all right, I came across your work and I thought it was awesome. We have this live street art, and look at we have an AR zombie in the house. We have on your website right here. Why don't you talk us a little bit about your Twitter handle here?
Yeah, the Twitter handle it kind of came by accident here. EthDoh Patio is literally my backyard. I've got a big patio space. I'm a photographer. Spent 25 years shooting for the University of Michigan. So EthDoh Patio is kind of a takeoff on EthDoh Blue. We put a big entertainment space in our backyard, and we have a lot of people come in on game days. I live literally 70 yards from the stadium. I'm the second house across Main Street from the biggest stadium in the country. So EthDoh Patio was kind of what we did as a way to bring in a little bit more income for my daughter who's looking at college in a couple of years, and just having some stuff going on in the backyard. But I also ran a charity tailgate starting in 2016 at a property not too far from home, just on the other side of the stadium. We had the closest beer to the big house. It was literally the largest charity tailgate around. And what you're looking at there are people who are in that space. Just a couple of years ago, we started with about 350 people who came to the first game, and by the end of the season, we had 1,000 or 1,200 people coming to every game. We had beer trucks. We had one of the best barbecue trucks. Best barbecue restaurants in Detroit came out with their truck, and so we had a great time with Michigan fans, with visiting fans. Really, anybody could come out, and it was a family-friendly thing. And we did great. We raised $100,000 for a cancer support charity. We started doing a lot to raise awareness for their programs. And when we got to the point that the charity event was starting to overgrow the property, I started looking around for new spaces for it. What you're looking at right there is the outside of the building. The Punks mural is right on the building. We had people inside that warehouse. We had the back parking lot, the front parking lot packed. On game day, the marching band goes right by the building and marches into the stadium. So it was a great location, but we just outgrew it. And I'm trying to find a place that's actually closer still to the stadium. And we've attracted attention from some national brands. And if I can make this move, then I've got a way to not only boost the charitable giving, but expand my charitable involvement. And one of the things I've really gotten into in the last couple of years, after 25 years as a professional photographer, I'm deep into NFT learning right now. It's not too steep a learning curve, and I'm having a lot of fun learning more about it. And I'm just listening to everything that Video Game Freak is saying and EthDoh is telling me right now. I'm thinking if I'd run across this in 2017 when they were giving these things away, I'd have been all over it. So when we started looking at doing something with the building, the building's actually going to be coming down in a couple of days, and I wanted to have one last go at making something a little bit better for the charity. So I figured if I could attract a little bit of attention with everything that was going on with NFTs, that I'd take some of the popular ones. And if I knew EthDoh was going to be with us today, I'd have swapped out a different zombie on that wall right there. But no, I had a lot of fun. You can see on this stuff that I did a painting on this one in the day, and some volunteers come out with some of the others. But as far as I know, these are and I'm really trying to find out if there are bigger ones out there that are to scale, in color. And we thought maybe we'd do something with the charity and go after it. But I had a lot of fun doing this, and we had people coming by just taking selfies with all the punks on the wall. And I was telling people what NFTs are and trying to teach them about that, as well as trying to do something.
This is great. Charity, obviously CryptoPunks, street art, love for it, getting the community involved. Right across the street from where you're saying, like 100,000 people flood to. One of one edition right here. So
I love the 4156 nod.
That's right. Yeah. 4156. He jumped in on this and shared, like I said, sharing the spotlight. He was one of the first ones to give me a little bit of little bit of love here. So it's great to have picked the right one there. But yeah, just trying to get people involved. And what I would love if anybody out there knows some of the other zombie owners. I'm still new to this. I'm not on the Discord yet. I don't know how to track some of these people down, but I do see from the Larva Labs site that some of these are for sale. Not that I'm looking to buy anything right now. I'm not in that position yet. But
I can maybe talk to Gary V, and he just recently bought a zombie. We have a zombie right here that we can possibly talk to. I know I'm not a zombie, but this tassel hat, that's a little bit of a zombie color for you. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I'm hoping to find someone. If there's someone out there who's actually trying to sell any of the zombies I have on the wall, if they're not dead wallets that I picked, then I'd love to team up and see if we can get something where we can sell it. Maybe I can hitch my wagon to one of those sales just a little bit and see if we can find some way when someone sells a zombie to reduce their tax liability. Find a way to bring some exemptions. I don't know, anything. I'm trying to do what I can to make this charity work out. What's that?
Yeah. Some charitable involvement there.
Exactly. This was a big project, out of pocket for a long time. And as much as I wish I had read that same article in 2017 and gone and picked up the free CryptoPunks, I'm just trying to do something now. Take advantage of this building while it's still available. Throw some street art up there. And this was a big shift for me after a long time as a photographer. Pulling out a paint can and a brush and doing this. This was different. Yeah, you can actually see me. That's me touching up the hair on 4850 right there in the middle.
Nice purple, the purple hair right there. I actually have two purple hairs in my account. I love it. I think it looks wicked. Actually, one of the first CryptoPunks I ever bought was a purple hair vape because I was thinking CryptoPunks. I was thinking punk rocker with the purple hair, and I was thinking crypto with the vape, just some type of new age technology is based as far as the attribute class. But this is really cool stuff. I'm super glad that you reached out or however we got connected here, because
me too.
This is pretty neat stuff. And I want to work with you of just making things, if you're comfortable, bigger and better in any capacity, because the more people that see this, the more, like you were saying, people are walking around getting selfies with it. Once true football season is back in action, I mean, you're going to have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people see this, create discussion about art. And that's what it's about. And not only this, NFT art, which is important to us because we know the true science behind it. We know the true technological advances behind it. And pretty soon this is going to be mainstream. Then we're just ahead of the learning curve.
Definitely. This is going to be more than just art. I look at this and I think of the way it's going to change real estate and buying any assets. It's not just going to be art. I think this is going to change a lot when the business world figures out how to to match up some of the things that we're doing right now on paper. Taking 90 days to close on a house or dealing with a business. Art's gonna be the place where it starts, but it's gonna grow so much beyond that. The way it usually does. Art tends to lead the way in so many different things, and the rest of the world kind of catches up.
So tell us a little bit about the Wolverine Field Tailgate Charity Beer Garden. How can people help support it? I mean, we got the NFTs here. Any other means besides, just, the charitable donations, open up the hearts, open up, the Ethereum wallet here?
Yeah, absolutely. If there are other artists out there who want to donate something, there's some huge names in this space. And if anybody ever wanted to drop something in the wallet, beerversuscancer.eth, you go right there, drop something in. It can be an Ethereum donation, it can be an art donation. We're going to keep this going to try and attract a lot of attention. Wolverine Field is just the fact that it's a Michigan thing, but it's a cancer support charity that is not university based. It's in Michigan. They're around the country. I want to take this and expand it. But Wolverine Field is just my effort to try and move it from this location, which is not going to be available to us in the future, to move to a bigger, better space. So we started this. I actually built the Beer versus Cancer name, Twitter, Facebook, started getting everything set up on the .com side. And it was really one day when Punk 4156 asked for some help with a project, and I jumped in because I could make a few phone calls. He or she, a lot of the anonymous people in the space, I don't know everybody yet, and I don't want to make assumptions, but they were kind enough to retweet and to share a little bit. So like I said, sharing the spotlight. And at that point, I built everything on the Beer versus Cancer side. And the last thing I wanted to do when someone was sharing that kind of publicity with me is ask them to split it onto 2 stages. So I went with EthDoh Patio, which is my backyard project at home, and thought, let's just stick with that. I'll try and get some people over to the Beer versus Cancer side. I wanted to connect it to that as best I could so that people could see that this is not just some sort of a scam where, some guy is trying to get his own CryptoPunk. If I can make this thing work, then I want to make it work to the benefit of that charity and to actually expand to affordable housing, to homeless, to, I've looked at doing digital art fund. If I can bring in some people, they're national brands who are interested in sponsoring this event because it's so close to the biggest stadium in the country, that it could open up more possibilities for me to put together a digital art endowment to help encourage up-and-coming artists, people, or even people like me who are new into this space, want to learn a lot, but just don't have the depth yet.
And what it is that community effort. It takes a village. It is. I mean, even myself, people think of me as a crypto OG, which I'm not. I haven't been out here since 2017. Actually, I came in about 15 months ago, and I had people like Snowfro and like John and Matt from the developers of CryptoPunks hand walk me through how to open up the wallet, how to X, Y, and Z. And I look back at my Discord, and at the time I thought they were trying to shill me autoglyphs. They're actually and I was looking at, they're actually like strongly recommending me get it. And I was like looking back at other people like, yeah, you might want to buy some of these before, it kind of takes off. And I'm like, no, I can't afford an Ethereum and a half. At the time, Ethereum was like $100 or $200,
Oh man.
And I was sitting there just saying, no, thanks. Tell me more about these punks, and I was learning as much as I could about the crypto punks. But looking back, they helped me get to this point. And it was, Tony Herrera, who I still talk with today, who just, hey, Crypto Nova, this is what you want to do. You want to go to this step and this step. And then like Crypto Ed telling me to get into NBA Top Shots before that got into beta. And tidbits that Video Game Freak tells me about. But what it's turning into now is, like you're saying, the charitable donations that's going to turn it into the larger picture, into the bigger thing. I know EthDoh and myself, we have a little project that we have in the back burner. EthDoh Patio, I have actually been talking with someone who is a little bit less fortunate, looking to solve the housing problem. And I was thinking of minting walls on affordable housing for low-income people that don't even have shelters. So maybe that's something we can work on in the future.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Video Game Freak is the Discord guru genius. Every Discord I've ever seen has been touched and influenced by him, and he has his ear to the street. So there's a lot we can branch into this. That's why I like to bring artists in to kind of collaborate on Saturdays and Sunday nights. I'm glad to have you guys in. I'm going to do another roundtable here real quick, and you guys can plug whatever you need to plug before we, head off into this 3-day weekend. I hope you guys have tomorrow off. Video Game Freak, anything for the good of the order?
Just thank you again for having me. It's always awesome to tune into the stream, even when I'm not featured. I'm usually tuning in and seeing what you got going on. EthDoh Patio and Dough, first time talking to you guys. Very nice to meet you, and really excited to see more charitable work being done in the space. So kudos to you.
My newest famous zombie friend right here. I know we're going to have some work that we're going to be working on. Anything you want to talk about?
I think yes. I think it's really great to see the NFT art community like flourishing. I'm also observing this field this whole field very, very closely and learning tons of things every day. It's very exciting to see all these projects, and it's even better to see a lot of these proceeds go to charitable causes. So it's really incredible experience so far. So, and again, I feel it's an honor that you asked me to come onto your show, and thank you so much.
Well, you're the crypto OG. I look up to you. You're 2 steps ahead of me, and I try to stay 2 steps ahead of the game. So I'm just trying to catch you. So thank you. And I hope we can use these AR filters that can spread the word about the NFT space more, because it's just going to, selfishly speaking, bring, more hopefully value to our NFTs, but also more value to other things out there, like solving problems. EthDoh Patio. I mean, this is something I want to keep in touch with you about. Anything you would like to say about your project or projects coming up?
Well, as much as I want to be on the, I want to get into the selfish side a little bit too. Eventually I'd like to join the CryptoPunks owning club. But right now, everything I'm doing is trying to shine as much light on this charity project as possible. So if anybody wants to go to OpenSea and give these things a look, favorite some of them. If you want to get in and put a bid on something, I don't know if there's ever been a chance to own a literal 10-foot CryptoPunk. We're going to do a physical token when the building comes down. I'm actually going to go in and grab some of the blocks, cut them down so you get the color, purple hair, the green skin, get something to have an actual piece of a 10-foot CryptoPunk. And hopefully we'll do something a little bit bigger. We've been talking about doing some painting outside of Ann Arbor, so I'm loving that. Some good ideas here. But right now, if people will just go in and take a look at this, retweet, hit EthDoh Patio on Twitter, and I'm hoping it's probably a long shot. I'm not doing anything super creative like some of the artists out there. I'm reproducing some original CryptoPunks, but today I tweeted at OpenSea trying to get on their featured homepage. If anybody wants to retweet and just try and draw some attention. All I'm trying to do right now is to try and build this up, to keep this event going and to make it bigger.
So you guys heard it here. All right. I'm going to keep bringing these artists on as much as I can. They have cool ideas. They're cool people helping out other cool people. So with that being said, this is Crypto Novo 311. Stay tuned, because you're going to be seeing a lot more Zed horse racing on Saturdays, a lot more artists. Who knows? We might have these same artists coming up a week from today, because we're going to have updates as much as I can bring them. This is Crypto Novo 311 saying stay positive and love life.
Thanks, guys.